Corbin, if you guys could all mute yourselves.
Sure. Hold on. I can't find my pen. You can grab your pen. Oh, it's in my book. How do I do that?
It's down in the lower left.
Got it.
All right, so if you guys have any questions like during it, just stop me. So grab your pen and paper if you don't have it with you right now. I'm going to just go over some like news. If you watched the opening and the closing ceremony, you might have heard some of this news, but just so you have it all written down and it's out there, so you don't miss anything. So everyone knows that Size came out on Monday. Until August 31st, it's going to be $140 challenge pack. That's what it said. That's longer of a challenge pack for that cost that I thought it would be, but that's what they said. So I would check just to make sure in August that it's still 140. Normally it's going to be 160. So that's for the Size. Let's see, today's the 21st. The Boost came out today. So that's the Focus Energy, the Digestive Health, and the Power Greens. Those are now available to anyone. I got the Focus Energy and the Power Greens. I didn't get Digestive Health just because I feel like Shakeology already takes care of that. But if you're someone that has issues with going to the bathroom, that might be something to look into. But the Power Greens don't really make it taste much different. It just makes it less sweet. And then the Energy just kind of gives you like a boost. So it's kind of like E&E that you just put into your shake in the morning instead of having coffee in the morning. So that came out today for anyone. Let's see. So the new program that's coming out in I think they said the winter is Hammer and Chisel, and that is with Autumn and Suggy. I don't even know how to say his name. He does Body Beast. So it's taking together a nutrition plan and women and how our bodies work, and then men and how their bodies work. So it's kind of like 2 in 1. So it's something that like I can do with Mike, and we both can get results from it. That will be on preview in October. So on Beachbody On Demand, we can preview a workout to see what it's like. And let me tell you what, like I saw Autumn in person this past week, and she is ripped because they just finished this program. Now, they do suggest doing the performance line when you're doing this, and I'm not sure if I'm one that wants to do that. It is a lot of money. It's about $200 for the performance line. But they suggest if you're doing Hammer and Chisel, you're supposed to do the performance line just because you'll get better results with it. So that performance line comes out tomorrow. It's about, like I said, $200 for everything, because there's like a pre-workout drink, there's a workout drink, there's an after-workout drink, and then there's an overnight drink. So it like helps your muscles recover during sleep. So there's like 4 things with it. There might be one that I'm missing, but that's coming out tomorrow, and they're actually doing a challenge pack with that with Beachbody On Demand for $140, which is a huge deal because it's $200 just by itself. So doing the challenge pack with it, it's $140 starting tomorrow. They didn't say how long that's lasting, but I assume August 31st because that's when they're letting all these promotions go until. Free shipping for that until August 31st too. They did say this is approved for NCAA and athletes, professional athletes. So any athlete that's interested in this, I know Stevie, you probably, I don't know if you're have anyone that from NBAC interested in anything like this, but this is something that athletes can drink and take. Let's see. Beachbody exclusives. They didn't say when this is going to start. I assume it's going to start in the fall, but they're going to do every first Monday of the month. There's going to be a new kind of workout or a series or something that's going to go on Beachbody On Demand. So if you're a club membership, you get something new every Monday. So they're going to have pre or postnatal workouts. a gym series that shows like, okay, if you still go to the gym, what can I do at the gym that still is going to be beneficial? They'll have new size routines, a monthly question and answers with trainers, so you can actually ask Autumn questions and she'll answer them, things like that. So that will be coming soon. Beachbody On Demand is now on 3 different platforms. It's on Roku, Amazon Fire. I know Laura's pretty excited about that too. And Comcast Chrome. So it's on those 3. I'm sure it's going to go to Netflix soon. No, Apple TV soon. I mean, if it's on Roku and Amazon Fire, I feel like it's going to be on Apple TV soon. And there's an app coming soon. So that'll be in the makings. Another thing that's coming that's pretty exciting is a challenge tracker app. This is coming this fall. This is something that they were working on since last year, and they announced it last year at Summit, and they actually didn't get a chance to release it because they were still trying to figure things out. So the councils in each like region have tested this out. So like Nikki's tested it out and given her feedback, and like a bunch of coaches have given feedback back about what to add and what to take away and like glitches in it. So what it's not connected to Facebook. So they said, if you get kicked off of Facebook, this is a great way to stay connected with the challenge groups. Because believe it or not, some people get blocked from Facebook sometimes. So this is a way that it's not connected to Facebook. It's basically an app that will have all your challenge groups on it. It will remind you when to work out. So it's kind of like a little bugger to be like, did you do your workout today? It will keep you accountable. It tracks and motivates the group. So they didn't say exactly what all's on it, but I assume it's kind of like what we have now, but it's going to be more interactive. Yes. Are you trying? Yeah.
Is it just for coaches, or is it like for everybody on the challenge group?
I believe it's for everyone.
Okay.
That's what I took from it anyways.
So anybody who's in a challenge group can just get that app.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I think it's just going to be called the Challenge Tracker app, I think.
Okay.
There'll probably be more information over the next couple of weeks since it is the fall, and I assume that's going to be like September, so another month from now, or October. I don't know, whatever.
Cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. And it's something that like they announced last year, and people got really excited about it, and then they said they were going to release it in August last year, and they never did. And then everyone was like, where is this? And then everyone forgot about it. So they're finally done with it, and it's ready to go. The other thing I wanted to say, Team Cup. You guys have probably seen all the posts from Laura about the Team Cup. It starts August 1st. What it is, basically, it's nothing out of the ordinary. You're not required to do anything, not required to do anything. It's to push you. And what it does is it takes your team, all your challenge pack point, like your SC points, and puts them together and has a grand total. And like if you have a total of like 10 between all 5 of you, you get this prize. If you have a total of 15 between all of you, you get this prize. So it kind of has prizes to motivate you. So they do this, I think, about 2 times a year or 3 times a year. So, I mean, I've won really cool things with this before. So I don't see why anyone should not be on a Team Cup, because it's not going to change anything from what you're doing already. So my question is, Jess and Stevie, you guys want to be on one? Okay. Let me write your names down. Stevie, yes?
Yes.
Okay. I know Sujin said she does, and Courtney does. I'll be a captain for one of the teams, and then we'll have someone else be a captain for the other team, or we'll join Revival, and because I think they have. Oh, are you there? I see you, but you got kicked off for a minute. Are you good? Hello? All right, are we back? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. All right. Okay, good. I don't know what that was. Okay, so we'll join Revival because I think they have 2 people left over because you have to have 5 people on the team. So we'll figure that out. Do you know if Lauren wants to be part of one? Stevie?
I don't know, but I can ask her.
I assume she probably will be or want to
Yeah.
be. And then I think Katie will want to be part of one. Who am I missing? Andrea will probably want to be part of one. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's it. I feel like I'm missing someone. So I'll get those teams. I'm gonna divvy them out to kind of be equal and fair. And then I'll post the teams. Let me see if I miss anyone. Oh, I'll see if Maggie and Jordan want to. Jordan just had a baby. She hasn't done anything for a little bit because she is at the end of her pregnancy. So when you guys started, she was almost done. So she just had her baby, I think 3 days ago. So she'll probably be back. Okay, so that is that for the Team Cup. What I wanted to also discuss, which I'll make a post to in our team page, is weekly calls. What I took away from Summit was I need to be hosting team calls, and not only if you want to be part of the team calls for Revival, but I also need to be doing team calls for my team as well. So I don't really have a day that doesn't work, but I'm kind of thinking Tuesdays, or I was going to say Sundays, but that's my time that I kind of relax, so I didn't really want to do that. Mondays aren't too bad, but when we do, if you're ever part of something with like Nikki Mitten or anything, like a Push to Emerald group or Push to Diamond group, she usually has them on Mondays calls. So I didn't want to do that, and Thursdays I usually go out. So I'm thinking Tuesdays or Wednesdays, and it's just an option if you want to go on Revival or mine on Wednesdays. But are you guys opposed to Tuesdays? Nope. And like if you can't make it, it's not a mandatory thing, but I'll record them obviously like this and then post them in our team page under recordings so you can go back and listen to them. What I want to do, I got this idea from Summit as well, is for the rest of this month I'll do the team calls, but in August, in September, I'm sorry, August I'll do team calls. In September, I wanted to have 2 people sign up for each call and tell us your story, like why you're doing this, tell us your transformation, things like that, so you're comfortable talking about it in front of people live. And so we're going to do that as a series in September. So like I'll do the first one and then someone else will do it. So you don't have to talk for 30 minutes, but we'll just break it up between the 2 of us for each call. So I'll have people sign up for that. So that's all I have on announcements. So I made a list of things that I learned from Summit and kind of in groups to see what you guys wanted to hear about. And the most was about relationships with your spouse and social media. So I'm going to discuss these 2 tonight. The one with the relationships with spouse, I'm going to post the video. It was by Shalene from Shalene Extreme, and she did a fantastic job. Mike and I have been dealing with this. It's been a pretty rough week just because of him being there with me and kind of having a bad attitude about it. So this was like the perfect video to watch with him. So we watched it and we discussed things and talked about how to make this part of our thing instead of just my thing. So Matt, if you're listening, Charlene said the number 1 tip is to have more sex. Is he coming up? So yeah, she literally got on the stage and said, okay, you guys want to know my secret? My secret is to have more sex. The answer is always sex, always have more sex, and just have sex. And then she walked off the stage and said, okay, I'm done. But I mean, she just talked about how, your relationship can't change because of this. I will post her video. I suggest you watching it with your spouse because it was just so good. I mean, Mike and I we watched it Sunday night when we got back. It's about 20 minutes long, so it's not too bad. So yeah, her number one tip was have more sex, but we also talked about other things. I'm just going to do like little snippets of what she said, and you can actually, I see his hand going up. You can actually go back and watch it. But what she was saying was, her husband is supporting her 110% of the way right now, but it wasn't always like that. I've dealt with things. I know some other coaches have dealt with things because it's different and it's new, and they're kind of scared about it, and they're not really sure what's going to happen between the two of you. She said you need to honor in actions, not in words. So you need to show your love. You need to show that you are still the same you, be affectionate, touching, cuddling, those kinds of things. You can't just stop that and be like, oh, I need to go answer this message right now. Because that kind of puts up that wall, and that shows them that that person's more important than your spouse. So she talked about change. Your life is going to change because of this business. And she kind of like talked about how you need to change together. You need to have a discussion about what's going to change and to do it together instead of it being a one-person thing. And then it's scary because one person's changing, the other person's not. So if you're changing together, you're kind of growing together. She said if you don't talk about these things, insecurities for changes are anger, fear, sadness, fear to fail, lack of control, and feeling that you're not good enough for your partner anymore. And I know when I read these to Mike, he said a lot of them kind of explained how he felt. He was kind of scared that we weren't going to spend much time together anymore. He was kind of sad that, or in his mind, he was thinking that we were doing things just so I could post about it. Feeling he's not good enough anymore because I'm losing weight and things like that. So she said, yes, it is scary that this is changing, but isn't change good? Isn't growth good? We constantly want to be changing because we want to better ourselves. So she said flat out, the problem, if there's any issues right now in your relationship with this whole business, the problem isn't your business, it's you. Things have been changing with you. And like, literally she was speaking to me when I went to this call because we've been having issues with this. And she just kind of was talking about how you need to step yourself into their shoes. You need to understand when you go to message someone when you're watching a movie, or if you're going to message someone when you're in a car and it's been quiet for 5 minutes, what is that telling your spouse? It's telling them that you don't really care about them, that their time that you're spending with them is actually spent with someone else at the same time. Number 2, she said, make changes that you want to see. So communicate more positive. Listen. She said 5 positive things to 1 negative. And she's not saying like, oh, you're so hot and you look so good today and I love you. She's saying things like, okay, how many times have you said, did you take out the trash? Why is the sink broken? Where's the banana? Did you eat the last one? Those are all negative things, but you don't think that they're negative because they're just kind of things that you say during your regular life or during your day. But those are negatives, and you need to be positive. Hey, how was your day? Or, hey, thanks for, folding that laundry. Positive things don't have to be compliments. They can just be, plain old positive phrases. She talked about finding his interest in this business. Mike does not give a shit about the Success Club points, about how much volume I have on each leg. I got a new coach. He doesn't care about that. What he cares about is transformations. He cares when I tell him someone that we both know and they've lost 10 pounds this round of the 21 Day Fix. Or he likes to hear, someone got off their diabetes medication. He likes to hear those transformations. So I know now I'm not going to tell him when I dropped rank. I'm not going to tell him when I got like 4 Success Club points today. He doesn't care about that. I'm only going to tell him what he wants to hear. She gave the example of her husband is a football coach. She could care less about plays. So he knows he's not going to talk to her about plays. But if he talks to her about transformation from a kid that was in a foster family, and then now he's like on a roll going into college, that interests her. So he tells her that stuff. You kind of have to play around to figure out what's interesting for your spouse. Express gratitude. Always express gratitude. Leave little notes, that kind of thing. The golden rule: treat him like you want to be treated. Everyone wants to feel needed. Even if you know how to do something, just ask your spouse, because they want to feel needed still. Word choices matter, and closeness requires time. Mike and I actually made a box, and we put our phone in this box, and that box stays closed until our time is up, or when I'm done with my power hour, my phone goes into that box. If I get a message at 10 o'clock at night and my power hour is done, I don't answer until the next day. So we have a set schedule of when I get home from work until 8, sometimes 9 o'clock is just between the two of us. And then from 8 to 9 or 9 to 10, I do my power hour. I sacrifice sleep to do it. So I spend time with him, and then I still get my work in. I also do a little bit of work in the morning too before I go to work. So that's what Shalene, that's kind of the last thing. She said, stop saying it's my business, because it's our business. If you're doing this to help with payment with your kids, if you're doing this to retire yourself someday, if you're doing this to help with finances, that's the two of you. That's not just you. So try to see if your spouse has any interest in helping you some way. Laura's husband does all the taxes. So she gives him the slips at the end of the month, and he keeps like a record. Mike helps me with posts. So he'll like see something, be like, you should post about this, or take this picture, or things like that. We also do those weekly different food videos. So we have something that we share together. He also loves to cook. So we do, or we're going to start doing this, taking stuff from the autumn cookbook and then talking about them with cooking. So that's what Shalene said. I will post her video. It was excellent. If your spouse and you are 100% fine with your business right now, it's maybe not something you need to watch at the moment, but it's something I would keep in case anything happens. Mike wasn't on board with this from day one, and he's kind of gone up and down, up and down. And I think from Summit on, his vision of this has totally changed. He was there to see that there's 25,000 people there doing the same thing that we are, and it's not just this little gimmick thing. So he was able to see firsthand that this is real, which was great. So I will post that. The other thing was social media. I'm going to try to talk through this as quickly as I can, because we're on the free Zoom since someone else is using the account tonight. So this will be done probably around in 15, 20 minutes or so. We'll get a warning. Okay, so let's see. I don't know who did this one. I don't remember. Oh, here it is. Oh, Janelle Summers did. Janelle Summers is Shalene's sister, actually. She is a fantastic coach. I couldn't even tell you all the stars and everything she has behind her. She's a lot. But she talked about social media, and she broke it up into Facebook and the like page. So I'll talk about both of those. But before we start, not only her, I think I heard this from every single coach that talked at Summit, consistency. And consistency, I think, is what drives my business. I post 3 times a day, no matter what. If I, running out of a post, I go to my phone because I keep posts or selfies or anything on there so I can use it on days that I'm kind of low on things. But consistency is key. If people don't see that you're consistent and you're serious about this, then they're just going to forget about it. People are literally following you to see when you're going to fail. And when they stop seeing you post, that's when they think that you fail. And think about, like, if you want to do something, let's say, if you saw me before I started and I was posting once a week or twice a week a picture of my workout, how serious do you think I am? When you see someone posting every single day a picture of their Shakeology, picture of their nutrition, picture of their workout, it shows that they're a little more serious about this. I'm probably going to start this with my coach camp. Actually, I don't think I am going to start this from now on with any new coaches. I'm going to require, which in turn I'm going to ask you guys, I'm going to require everyone to post your workout picture and a Shakeology picture every day. It doesn't have to be on the same page. It could be one on your life page, one on your personal page, and it doesn't even have to be a picture of your Shakeology. You can spice it up. Take a fun picture, your kids drinking it, or your workout picture doesn't have to be a picture of you all the time. It can be a picture of your weights or a quote with your the Autumn DVD in the background or something like that. But I will say, people want to see you. If people are following you on your like page, it's because they want to see you. So if you do want to do quotes, take a picture of yourself and put a quote on it instead of taking the Pinterest quote and putting it on your wall. I started doing that instead of, because I was just using Pinterest like crazy. And we got a 10-minute warning. So that's another idea, taking those quotes and just putting them on your picture and then posting that. Okay, so Facebook. These are the non-negotiables. She said you must have a cover photo. Make it creative. Make it picture of you and your kids and your husband, something with a fitness picture, maybe a transformation picture. I use PicMonkey. Yeah, that's how you say it. I use PicMonkey because they have an actual one that says Facebook cover. So you can just use that template and it fits for Facebook covers. So be creative. I make a new one every 2 or 3 months. Depends. I made one when I was away at Summit. Profile, make, your profile picture a picture of you. I know some people make their profile picture not of them, and it's like, who is this person? Post 3 times a day. She said make those posts involving of your audience. Jess posted today about a dress and a question on where to get it altered in Lancaster. That's involving your audience. That might not be Beachbody related, but that means they are seeing your posts. And then when you make that post the next day or later that night about Beachbody, it's going to show up on their wall because they're interacting with you. Consider timing. You're going to have to figure out your niche. We've already talked about this. My best timing is 7 to 9 at night. And it's been kind of weird because it's summer, but mostly 7 to 9 at night is the most interaction I get. So those big posts that I make during those times. If it's just a workout picture, I don't really care when I put it up. Make them eye-catching. Use different apps. And then make original pictures, meaning you. Use you. This is you, and this is all about you, and they want to see you. Okay, so if you're wondering why no one likes or comments on anything and you put it up during the right time, basically Facebook thinks if no one likes it or comments on it within the first couple minutes, it's not important. So if you don't have any likes or comments on it in the first couple minutes, it kind of gets shuffled down in everyone's newsfeed because Facebook automatically thinks it's not important. Facebook also does not like if you share YouTube clips because it's not original. So if I put up a YouTube clip on my YouTube account, I put up that shaving pie thing and I copied it from YouTube onto my Facebook, it didn't get as much reviews as it would if I put it up on my Facebook itself because it came from another source. So post things if you posted something on your like page and you want people to go there, instead of sharing it to your personal page, be like, hey, head over to whatever for this recipe or this transformation, and then tag your page. That's another option. let's see. And the other thing was, this is kind of hard to live by with videos that you post, but Janelle posts, or we watched a video with Janelle, and she said people's attention span is 7 seconds for videos. And that's really hard to do, but if you're doing a workout video, that's easy to do. I usually don't do my workout videos longer than 10 seconds. So that works. Okay, so let's transition to like pages. Like page, same thing, you want a cover photo. I'm going to post this when we get off the call so you can kind of look at it. I just made a new one last night. It has an offer. So it has a little circle on it. It says, click here for a free meal plan. This is my freemium, and it took me a while to come up with this. It's been a couple months, but I'm finally ready to post it. So basically, people are going to see that on my cover photo, and they're going to press, the picture, my cover photo, and then the side is going to be information about being part of a challenge group, getting the free meal plan, or being part of the team. And you'll see it. Just look later tonight when we get off this call, and you can see it. Videos of you. She talked about people want to see you. I'm trying to do 2 videos a week. That's just a goal I'm doing for myself. I feel like you get a lot more hits with videos. Captions. Do funny captions. Make, silly things up. Invite your friends and family consistently. I am inviting my friends all the time. Every day I invite like 5 or 10 new people. That's how you have to build up your credibility in the beginning. Eventually you're going to get some random people that are going to like it because they see someone else liked it. Let's see. That's all she had for that. I was going to say something else about like page. Do you guys have any questions? No? Crap, I forget what I was going to say. I don't remember. Okay, so that was just 2, and those were during general sessions. So those speeches, I guess you could say, were only 30 minutes. The actual trainings were more like an hour. And I think Laura is going to discuss them on Saturday, a Super Saturday. But I can definitely, each week I can choose a different thing to talk about. So we're done with that. I want to open it up just with any questions you have. Like, it can be random questions about anything, placement questions, or just a question that might have come up this week. Anything? Nope. Okay. Well then, I will see you, Jess, on Saturday. And Stevie, I wish you were coming. But I will see you some other time. Next time you're in Lancaster, let me know. Okay?
I'll probably be there sometime next week.
Okay. Let me know. We can, grab something. Okie dokie.
Okay.
Have a good night, everyone. See ya.